All right, so maybe you found an old John boat hull and it's a viable hull that you can use, but it's kind of janky, and because of that, you really don't want to throw a whole lot of money into it because you don't know how long it's gonna really last or how well it'll do. Well, there are some low risk but still high quality ways to do that, and one of those is aluminum framing. So you kind of want the framing to be about the same thickness as the hull, so it all kind of flexes the same. If you put thicker framing in here, it's more likely to bust or burst at the hull. This is 16 gauge aluminum that we sell in our kits for these John boats. Put in sections, it's actually very strong. Standalone, it flexes, but the flex is good because the boat also flexes. It's quite flexible, you see that? We actually have to repair that. So the whole thing kind of moves together. It's also extremely light and very DIY friendly. As you see, these are rivets, and rivets are about as easy as putting, a screw into wood, just like with a few extra steps. You can bond metal together without welding, and also lids seem to be a huge pain. A lot of people do wooden hatches. They don't last very long. A season, a year before they start to warp and wear out. Our aluminum hatches are the best things to use, but they're also tremendously expensive. And because of those things, we propose a kind of healthy medium in between that, and that's plastic hatches. These actually have a trim lock to seal the hatch. They're compressed down by these two levers. They got a little grid section here for kind of non-skid, and that can also be put over on turf. And I just thought of a great way to kind of stick them together so they kind of make up most of the deck. Because standalone, if you put these on top of wood, they do raise about a ½ inch up. So we are going to design a deal where we kind of fill these triangle pieces in, and we more or less make this a complete deck where there's not a bunch of raised over. Because other than the fact that this sits a ½ inch above wherever it mounts, there's really not a whole lot of bad things to these lids. They're really cost effective, very economy friendly. They're worth about as much as they're charged. They can be easily replaced, and there's not a whole lot of deficits to them except that people have not tried our system yet, but we're going to try this and we're going to put it into a kit, and I think that we will have some really, really nice looking budget John boats or budget plastic boats with this type of deck pattern in here. Stay tuned for more.